Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Heathen Hearth. This is my second video here on YouTube. In this video, I will be covering a book review, and it's on Germanic Heathenry. That's by James Coulter. So this book is 276 pages in length. It's 15 chapters, I believe. It's got a glossary and appendices as well. Those are definitely worth looking at. This book is an introductory book, not going to lie. It's very similar in many respects to, say, Our Troth, the two-book series. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but that's another book that's worth looking into. That one in particular happens to specifically be on Norse sources, at least more along the lines of Norse sources, whereas this one obviously specializes in those sources that are more Germanic in nature. So you see it cover, excuse me, you see it covering things like Tacitus, as well as a lot of the folkloric sources, as well as the Mersberg incantations. Needless to say, if you've got German ancestry, this is a book that I'd highly recommend for you. Another aspect of it is it covers several different chapters are very in-depth. One of those is on the concepts of the soul and the various aspects of the soul within Germanic thought. So just for that chapter alone, I think it's worth it. Oh, and the other one that I really appreciate out of this is the chapter on ceremonies. They're highly developed, and just out of all the introductory books that I've looked at, it's the book that I really gravitated towards the most when dealing with the ceremonial aspects. So if you're like me and you really like a highly developed ritual, this book is invaluable. It really is. Other topics that are covered in here, like I said, there's the concepts of the soul, there's the concept of time. Let me just look at the table of contents again. Family and kindred, that was another really, really good chapter. Again, all the language that it really tries to focus on is Germanic. So you might see that some of the words that it uses are a little bit different than what you would see in other books, and that's because it is using the German word instead of, say, the Old Norse word or the Old English word. So they're slightly different. It also talks about household spirits, wights, and different folkloric kind of spirits of sorts. Has a concept on gods and divine beings, of course. What would a book like this be without that? Yeah, the holy tides and seasons. That was another very good chapter. Yeah, there's 15 chapters in all, and each of them is well worth reading. This is a book that I read from front to back within, I'd probably say, 3 or 4 days, and then I kind of went back to various chapters and read them again, just to get more out of them, and specifically the one dealing with ritual, that I've returned to over and over and over again. Again, like I said, it's well worth it. And some of the topics in here, they're covered well enough, but if you really want to get a greater understanding of them, you might want to go to other books. And it really does have a good, let's see here, a good listing of its bibliography in the back. So if you're specifically wanting to find out where they got their sources, you can just go reference that. Just in particular, one of the chapters dealing with time, it does end up referencing this work quite a bit, called The Well in the Tree. I highly recommend that book, and I'll be covering that in a future video here. But at least for now, I would say Germanic Heathenry, if I were to give it anywhere from a 1 to 10 star out of 10, I would probably give it a 9. It was really that good for me. Other introductory books like The Troth, just for its scope, I would tend to rate probably about 8 or 9 itself, but I didn't appreciate it as much. I don't know. Just overall, I would probably give it an 8. And like I said, this one I gave a 9. So, and it all comes down to what you appreciate. And for the ceremonial aspects, that's really what hit home for me. So that's why I gave this one a 9 out of 10. If you'd like to see me review other books, definitely give me an idea of what you want me to review. Like I said, I've got a whole huge cabinet back here of books that I can review in the future, some of which are relatively new. Others are older books, kind of obscure. Any of them that you might find of interest, I can definitely end up reviewing for you. And probably the next one hereafter, like I said, I'll be doing The Well in the Tree, and then Of Ghosts and Godpoles, and then Groves and Gallows. So definitely keep an eye out for those videos. But good to see you again, and we'll chat again soon.